Hi, my name is Kate Tassin Resanabe, and I am a first year industrial engineering student. As an industrial engineering student, my course involves optimizing complex systems by efficiently integrating people, materials, equipment, and energy to improve productivity, quality, and overall performance. The topics we discussed about efficiency, such as the transportation problem, linear programming, and Hungarian method, can be used to find optimal goals, and that'll help me in my career. And what struck me the most was learning that there are systematic algorithms specifically designed to find optimal solutions. Instead of relying on trial and error or testing options one by one, these methods give you a direct mathematical path to maximize gains or minimize cost to give you the best possible advantage. So, coming from a STEM background, I didn't find the concepts overly difficult to grasp. And in my view, learning math isn't really a matter of how hard a topic is, because you can learn almost anything if you're willing to, if you truly want to. But it really comes down to whether you're willing to put in the effort to practice and study the concepts. And because I was willing to put in that work, I actually ended up really enjoying the process and had fun learning, and it felt really rewarding. After watching the video on fractals, I was deeply fascinated. I was deeply intrigued by how these seemingly messy or chaotic systems can actually be explained through mathematics. It really enforced the idea that math is truly a universal language. It made me realize that the challenging concepts I'm learning in my course, such as calculus, are simply tools to decode the intricate world around us. I realized how intricate nature is, and it's like nature was already built to be efficient, and we can apply this to modern concepts and ideas. So math is truly beautiful. Three words that I would describe my experience in GE Math Modern World. Number one is insightful. Next is practical. And then third is, I would say, demanding, because it's quite heavy compared to my other GEs. But it was a fun and rewarding experience. Thank you.
As a financial management student, I can apply the concept of the transportation problem in making cost efficient business decisions. Businesses often need to determine the most economical way to distribute products from warehouses to different stores or customers while meeting supply and demand. The concepts are useful in logistics, budgeting, and supply chain management, which are important aspects of financial decision making. The concept that struck my attention the most was fractals. I found it fascinating because simple mathematical patterns can create highly detailed and complex shapes that are repeated at different scales. It amazed me that fractals are not only mathematical ideas but they also exist in nature, such as in trees and snowflakes. Learning the concepts in this course helped me realize that mathematics is not limited to solving equations but also has many practical applications in everyday life and different professions. In my opinion, I found propositions to be one of the more difficult concepts because there were a lot of things to remember. The concept I became more curious about was fractals. After learning about them in class, I searched for more examples and discovered that fractals are used in computer graphics. This made me realize that fractals have applications beyond mathematics and may even help explain patterns in financial markets, which is closely related to my course. GE Math in three words. I would describe my experience as insightful, challenging, and practical.
Hi, I'm Timothy, and the concept I have learned that I can apply to my field is Chapter 6 Efficiency. This is the most applicable concept because engineering involves innovation and optimization. Not only that, it will also be useful for when I am given responsibilities and I need to budget for a project. Learning linear programming and efficiency gave me insight how concepts like basic algebra can be used to find the optimal goals. What particular concept struck your attention in your assigned topic? What struck me the most was the shortest path. It struck me the most because it seemed so simple and efficient in a problem that could have thousands of paths when you scale it up. It also answered that small curiosity I had about how GPS works. What are your views on learning the concepts discussed in the course? I find the concepts easy to understand. They require little foundational knowledge, so it makes it easy to learn and understand. The concepts overall are straightforward, unlike some concepts in more advanced math that can seem vague. Is there a particular concept knowledge that you suddenly became more curious about that you now have become interested to learn on your own? A concept that I became more interested in were the concepts about finance. Since I was in STEM in high school, I wasn't really exposed to ABM related courses or subjects, so I became curious when I started hearing about those more practical concepts. And three words that would describe my experience in Gen Math is eye-opening, understandable, and fun.
Hello, this is Miguel, and a few of the concepts that I've learned through this course that may apply to my field, which is business management, is the transportation problem and the shortest distance problems. They struck my they struck my attention in particular because they were highly relevant in uh, assigning people and like deciding the most optimal solution or helping decide what what path to take and what decisions to make regarding work allocation and paths. It was pretty easy to grasp within the prior experience I have within my course, such as the project management and like even with my internship. I was able to assign similar experiences in decision making events with what was discussed within the course. And as I went through the course, I got a little more interested in fractals and like their application and how they actually influence like things like information technology and such. And I was interested within this because like the concept of iteration has been very relevant in modern day technology and like IT. So I got more into that. And to name three words to describe my experience with the GAMET MW course, the class is I'd say enlightening, informative, and structured. It allowed me to better structure or better explain and visualize the decision making process